Many YouTubers have already made videos discussing whether or not Elsa from the Frozen franchise could be asexual. However, there hasn't been any real deep dive into the topic, and I want to take things a bit further than simply talking about Elsa's sexuality and also talk about the prominent asexual themes intertwined in both of the Frozen films to prove that the Frozen franchise is an asexual franchise. First, what even is asexuality for those who don't know? Asexuality is the complete or partial absence of sexual attraction. It is different from celibacy in the fact that it isn't a choice someone makes, but is instead just the way someone is. There is nothing wrong or broken about a person who is asexual, and it is just as valid as any other type of sexual orientation. Also, just like any other sexual orientation, it is on a spectrum, so there are many different ways to be asexual. Asexual people are just as capable of love and are able to have meaningful relationships, and some are even able to still experience romantic attraction. The only connecting thread between everyone on the ace spectrum is that they have a complete or partial absence of sexual attraction. They are also all dragons and eat cake. Elsa's sexuality isn't something touched on in either Frozen film, so why do I think Elsa is asexual? After all, the aces are kind of in a war with the lesbians for claim over Elsa. Well, I think Elsa is asexual for a number of reasons. First, all of Elsa's songs could be interpreted as being about coming out and the fear associated with doing so. I think this is important to note despite not having anything to do with asexuality specifically, because it helps to root her as LGBTQ as opposed to straight. For instance, her bit in The First Time in Forever and Into the Unknown are about coming out, while Let It Go and Show Yourself are about finally doing it and expressing who you truly are. Listen to those songs from this perspective and tell me if you don't see it. Furthermore, Elsa's actress, Idina Menzel, is very outspoken about LGBTQ rights, so it just kind of makes sense. Second, Elsa could not understand that Anna did have feelings for Hans. Sure, Hans turned out to be evil, so we don't really blame Elsa for not letting Anna get married to Hans in hindsight, but that doesn't change the fact that at least for a brief period of time, Anna did have feelings for Hans, even if those feelings were not reciprocated. So why couldn't Elsa understand that? If she simply criticized Anna for being too hasty, that would be one thing, but she takes things even a step further and suggests that Anna might not know what love is.
Fine. You can't marry a man you just met.
You can if it's true love.
Anna, what do you know about true love?
Sure, she might be more cautious about relationships than Anna, but that does not give her the right to invalidate Anna's feelings. Not gonna lie, Elsa is kind of a jerk here. However, not being able to understand how a person could look at someone and fall in love with them is a common sentiment among the asexual community. It doesn't give them the right to invalidate other people's feelings, but it's a common sentiment nonetheless. Also, several lines by characters in both films seem to confirm that Elsa is asexual. For instance, Hans in the first movie makes a remark about how no one was getting anywhere with Elsa romantically, however refuses to elaborate.
As 13th in line in my own kingdom, I didn't stand a chance. I knew I'd have to marry into the throne somewhere. As heir, Elsa was preferable, of course, but no one was getting anywhere with her.
This presumably includes both women and non-binary folk, which rules out Elsa either being a lesbian or bisexual. Also, just listen to this line by Elsa from the second Frozen film.
Who cares about danger when there's love?
Ugh, Anna, ugh, kissing won't save the forest.
If that is not early childhood sign of a sex repulsed asexual, I do not know what is. But as mentioned earlier, the asexualness of the Frozen franchise is much bigger than just Elsa. There are several prominent asexual themes that run throughout both movies. For instance, the entire message of the first film was about how there are equally powerful forms of love as romantic and sexual love, such as sisterly love and the love between friends. The movie actually goes out of its way to define love for us, not in terms of sex or romance, but in terms of self-sacrifice for others.
I don't even know what love is.
That's okay. I do. Love is putting someone else's needs before yours, like, you know, how Kristoff brought you back here to Hans and left you forever.
Kristoff loves me?
Wow, you really don't know anything about love, do you?
Olaf, you're melting.
Some people are worth melting for.
This is a direct referendum from the trope in Disney movies where the romantic lover would swoop in at the last moment and save the heroine from all her problems. We also cannot ignore the themes of being labeled as existing outside of normal human experience and being labeled as cold-hearted. These are things that asexuals have to deal with every single day, and are also themes that the movie seemingly intentionally tries to confront.
But she froze your heart.
The only frozen heart around here is yours.
So what do you think? Do you think Elsa's asexual? Let us know down in the comments. And if you like Frozen, then check out some of our other videos, because it is actually one of the most discussed movies on this channel. I will share links to videos in the description. Until next time.